Today I have sad and also really kind of weird news. First off, let's get this out of the way. Apparently, Adam Warren is no longer a part of Oceano again. I didn't know this, but apparently this is not the first time Adam Warren has quit Oceano. There are some bands, there are a lot of bands that I'm really bad at keeping up with on like just when they announce stuff, when stuff happens, when there's announcements, when there's tours, when there's new music, when there's drama or anything. Oceano is one of those bands that I'm bad at keeping up with. I'm just not good at keeping up with social media stuff. But like I said, apparently this is not the first time that he's quit Oceano. Getting into it, Adam on November 27th, a couple days ago, made a really long Twitter post saying, I'm moving on from Oceano for real, for real. Great memories, but an even greater future ahead for me. I've been at it 15 years. I'm going to try and speedrun this. GG, let's push forward. I know at first it might sound weird, but hear me out. I don't like being in the spotlight. I always do my best and have often outdone my own expectations. I do enjoy sharing my interests and hobbies with others, especially those who enjoy it too, but I don't enjoy being overly focused on when there's nothing creatively to share or discuss. Lately, I've been removing myself from the same thing I used to run towards, the stage. The stage never really was my favorite part of being a musician. It was high on the list when I was in local bands, but became a love-hate thing after getting signed because it became a core way to promote and make money for the label. I started off in my dorm room and friends' houses singing to zero or very few people. That'll always be more comfortable to me. I enjoy the more intimate live performances in light moderation, not constant touring with back to back shows. I always made the life sacrifices to see the result from touring regularly. I stopped doing that. It takes a lot of mental energy and time away from what I enjoy most, creating at home, lol. I enjoy the sheer act of creating within any medium a million times more. The way I continue to approach my music and all creative output across all my platforms is devoid of focus on outcome, popularity, metrics, genre, or money. I've been creating different types of art since I was 5 years old, and for a long time, it was for zero people for zero pay. I'm an artist, and I'd rather die than not create art, be creative, or use my brain to help serve those I love. I'm always happy to share my journey and my story, but I don't want fame. I don't want to be a public figure, an idol, or even thought about on most days. I just want to enjoy all life's experiences, maintain the balance of my home and inner self while sharing what I enjoy and finding other passionate people who resonate through it. Much love. Thanks for reading. I've got really cool things in the works that I'm genuinely excited about. I told you it was a lot. Basically, what he's saying is he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. And being on stage isn't even his favorite part. He just likes making stuff, but he doesn't want to have to do, I don't know. I don't know. You saw the post just like I did. Normally, that would be really sad. And it is sad. I mean, it sucks. Honestly, I saw Oceano perform live at the 2016 Summer Slaughter, and it is, to this day, one of the best performances I have ever seen from like any band. Like, Oceano is not one of my favorite bands. They're very high up on the list. They make great music, but they're not one of my favorites. With that said, I cannot deny how amazing that performance was. They just put on such a good show. So it is really sad to see Adam Warren go and no longer be a part of Oceano, but also, since apparently this isn't his first time leaving the band, he might change his mind or, give it some time and then maybe he'll come back after a couple years or something. Who knows? Where this does get weird is that he has been a part of some drama recently with Oceano, Attila, and Dealer regarding a recent tour that was supposed to happen that Oceano has now dropped out of. Two people that know about Adam Warren, this probably won't come as a surprise. I don't know why, but Adam Warren seems to get in drama a lot, half the time for unnecessary reasons. Some of it he brings on himself. Others, it just doesn't make any sense. This one doesn't make sense. But if you will remember, about 4 years ago, during all the COVID and masking stuff, Chelsea Grin put out their song Bleeding Sun with Tom Barber as the vocalist, and Adam called out Tom Barber, saying he was pretending to be woke and that he is the last person who should be talking about the state of the world right now because he doesn't protest or tell people to wear masks, which I don't know fucking anything about. I'm not going to go put on my tinfoil hat and go into any of that conversation. We'll save that for another time. That's a whole other thing. The point is, Adam got in drama for calling out Tom. Where this new drama comes in is that Oceano was supposed to do a tour. They had signed to do a tour with Attila, Dealer, and Nathan James. I don't know who that is. Adam Warren and Oceano as a whole have now pulled out of the tour and dropped from it because there have been a lot of accusations towards Franz of Attila and apparently the vocalist or someone in the band Dealer as well. In another Twitter post from, I believe this was on the 20th, Adam says, "Believe it or not, some people don't spend their life on the internet. My only goal has been to take opportunities to push Oceano forward since the fans said they wanted it. You will not make me out to be a bad person for things I am, not connected to when it comes to what other band members do. There was a time in my life when I was in a social media high horse. It sounds like he still is. And I don't agree with that, nor plan to act like I am better than anyone, nor that I know the details to anyone else's business. I wasn't aware of the depth of accusations with Attila and Associates. I remind you, Oceano was not active for a long time before now. I don't even know anything about Dealer besides the band's name I've heard when they first came out years ago. Didn't they break up? I did not even know what any other bands on the tour would be beyond Attila until long after we agreed, and no one in my circle cited any issues with our decision to take the tour. I think that before judging the innocent band, just taking what seemed like a decent opportunity and has never been associated with these bands before, you should look towards the agents, managers, venues, websites, festivals that all continue to support, book, and clearly downplay to their own clients the character of people their good bands work with." And then he keeps going on. He says, "If you continue to read, keep asking yourself, what words have I said that are harmful? No one knew my circumstances nor my perspective until this moment, and I will stress I don't support any type of abuse or harm to anyone ever. But I'm not paying attention to what you all or anyone in the music scene personally does on the internet. I don't have time for that. So it is clear I was not informed enough to make a proper decision to tour with this package. I've never experienced bands causing such a stir, and I was not made aware until announcing the tour of people with such serious allegations surrounding them being on a tour I'm going to be on. I encourage anyone who is directly affected by those people, bands, to contact the authorities, police, and take legal action. I have been nothing but kind and positive within this music scene, especially on the internet side, and that can be hard sometimes. A year ago, we almost ended Oceano for good. We had an album to drop, but we def were done. I had zero idea my name is being tossed around alongside fucking people who have people accusing them of horrible things and getting upset with me because I'm just hearing about it. In real time, people swarmed me while I was still figuring out what was going on. Y'all are vicious and clearly seek chaos without care of who it affects. Thought I've been blessed with much opportunity. As we enter a more connected era, I have felt very disrespected over the years from a scene that really is more a facade than a real concept in reality. After gathering my own information on the subject, of course, we will be removing Oceano from the tour, but shame on all of you who tried to make me the scapegoat. What are you doing to change this culture besides point fingers and reshare rumors? It's time to get to work. I had zero idea about the environment I was getting myself into, and I'm talking openly about it. What are you doing to change this? As of today, it is clear I am way more surrounded by complicit industry people, a metal scene riddled with cosplay, worship of band members, and less focused on artistic integrity. I don't want to exist to you anymore. As of today, I quit Oceano, and I will focus on being a solo independent artist. Oceano's final shows will now begin being planned for 2025. It feels good to finally say that. Okay, so, well, immediately. I guess I was wrong. He didn't quit Oceano on the 27th. He quit on the 20th. But with that being said, I don't really see how he's in the wrong here. He would not shut up on Twitter. He was replying to so many different posts and replies, but he's not in the wrong. Like, there have been, I've heard of, I don't know the details or specifics about them, but I know there have been a lot of accusations towards Attila, like as a whole. And I do think I remember hearing about accusations towards the band Dealer as well. So, with that said, if Oceano doesn't want to play with a band that has all of these accusations around them, whether they're true or not, if Oceano doesn't want to play with bands that have those kind of accusations, that's 100% their right. Like they don't have to tour with them. Now, yes, they should have looked into who they were touring with before. They should have done their due diligence. But I mean, to be fair, Attila is one of the big names in the metal scene. Like they are very popular. So when their agent or whoever contacted, Oceano and said, "Hey, Attila's doing a tour. Do you want to be on it?" Or they want you to be on it, or whatever, their first thought was probably, "Oh yeah, we've seen them before. Sure, let's go." And so they say yes, and then it's announced that the tour is happening, and then people go and talk to Adam Warren or the different members of Oceano and, be like, "Hey, there's a lot of accusations. I don't support you guys going on this tour. I don't think you should go on this tour," or whatever the case was. So if Oceano doesn't want to play in this tour with Attila and Dealer, it's 100% in their right. Like they are the band making the music, performing the music, and touring. If they don't want to play with another band, that's their choice. That's up to them. So I don't understand where all this drama is coming from. I don't know. I have no idea. With all of that said, I'm just going to go ahead and call it here. Adam Warren is no longer a part of Oceano. Sad to see, but it's his choice. It is kind of weird, though, that it came like right after or right along with all of this drama. And again, like I said, I don't know why Adam was the focus of all of this drama when his whole point was being like, "Hey, there are these accusations with Attila and Dealer, and I don't want to support that." Again, like I said, that's his choice. If he doesn't want to do that, that's his choice. That's the band's choice. But anyways, like I said, I'm calling it here. So if you liked the video, like the video, subscribe if you want. I appreciate anything. I have a Cash App and a Patreon down below in the description. If you would like to support either of those, I would appreciate both. With that, have a good day.